Hey guys, how's it going? This is Krov Malenkov and I'm here to bring you a new Ghost Recon Wildlands video. So recently, with the addition to the Special Operation 2 in Ghost Recon Wildlands, we were hit with two new operators in Ghost Mode, Surgeon and Toxic. With the addition with Surgeon, we officially have two medic classes in the game, the other being, of course, Medic. Both are quick revive operators but work very differently from one another, so I'm going to compare their weapons, perks, and abilities to see who is the better operator. First, we'll be looking at Medic and her ability, the Medic Drone. Now, the Medic's unique ability essentially allows anyone on the Medic's team to know that no matter how far away they are, they can get revived by their Medic. The Medic Drone's farthest distance it can reach is a little over 340 meters before shutting down. However, with the Drone Pilot perk on, the distance is increased to 400 meters. The drone's unique ability is a quick revive whenever it is activated within 10 meters of a downed ally. Any farther away and the ability will not activate. Essentially, you want to be right over your teammate in order to revive them. This drone comes in handy whenever you need to revive anybody when they get down. Not only that, the drone can act like any other drone in the game and help search for enemies. However, the downside to the drone is that once it's thrown in the air, the drone can be seen by any enemy and can be shot down by said enemies. This makes the drone a very easy target to deny a quick revive. Here's an example of this. I was playing Surgeon in this game and someone had chosen Medic. We both noticed our teammate go down from a far distance away and we decided to go for them, but we didn't tell each other that. As I ran to our downed teammate, the Medic threw out their drone and sped towards them. At that point, I thought that the drone would end up reviving him, making my march pointless and revealing my position to the enemy. That was until the drone got shot down by an enemy sniper. Seeing this, I decided to carry on and revive my teammate. I did so after taking out the enemy that had killed him nearby. Now, thinking with this, one would assume the Surgeon to be a superior class to the Medic, as the Surgeon can physically approach a downed teammate and quickly revive them in a similar fashion to the drone. Not only that, had that shot not destroyed the drone, it would have revived our teammate to only have them get killed again with that enemy that was still nearby. Like I said, anybody can see the drone, including the enemy. However, this doesn't fully discredit the Medic at all, because what if that sniper had actually gone for me? Then that Medic would have still been able to carry out the mission to revive our downed ally, and had me get down, leaving me to wait for either the Medic to recharge that drone of his, or some other rando to pick me up. Anyway, though the Medic can be seen by the enemy, there are ways to hide the drone from enemy eyes. Teamed up with the gorilla can throw down a smoke bomb on a downed ally, and the Medic can use their drone to enter without getting detected by any enemy. Or even teaming up with the disruptor, just as so long as they're able to disrupt anybody nearby that your team knows about. So the best tactic to use the Medic with is at a farther distance from the rest of your team, and, being able to communicate with your teammates. A quiet Medic and a quiet team doesn't go a long way in any kind of competition. So now we talked about the Medic's ability, let's move on to the weapons. The Medic has 6 weapons for use: the P416, the PP19, the P416 Savior, the PP19 Executioner, and as of Special Operation 2's new armory pack, the Type 95 and the Mendeleev. For our intents and purposes, we will not be comparing the P416 or the P419's variations because essentially they are the same weapons but with cosmetic changes. The P416 and the P416 Savior assault rifles are both decent weapons with moderate recoil and rate of fire, but the damage output is not that great. You wouldn't want to catch yourself in a long-range gunfight with this weapon. Even with single round firing, the weapon's accuracy isn't really there. Your best chance of getting honest kills is at close range to medium range. The PP19, on the other hand, is a surprisingly good weapon. The PP19 and its counterpart, the PP19 Executioner, though similar to the P416, outclass the weapon in damage and handling. With a 64-round magazine, you have a better edge when it comes to close range and medium range combat, as you have more bullets to spit out. When selecting to single round fire, the weapon can fire more precise, but the idea with this gun is to use it at a closer range. The PP-19 and the P416 are two halves of the same coin, with one outclassing the other in a certain area, but essentially being somewhat consistent to the other. However, I always prefer running the PP-19, as I personally have had a better time with it than the P416. Type 95 is a decent addition added to the medic's arsenal, but though you have a bigger gun with a bigger magazine, it doesn't mean you have a better weapon. Though its range and damage are better than the previous weapons, its accuracy over long range and handling are incredibly lacking. Along with the slower rate of fire, I'd say you shouldn't really depend on this weapon for much, seeing as which the PP-19 can fill this role fairly better and faster, as reload time is also slower, of course. Finally, we have the Malenkov, which, in my opinion, is one of the better weapons to have. Though the damage output is a little less than the PP-19 and its range is worse than the P416, it makes up for it in handling and rate of fire. Though equipped with a 25-round clip, it takes no less than maybe 3 seconds to fully unload this weapon. However, because of that, you'll find yourself frequently empty, so be careful when firing your ammo. Now with that covered, let's move on to our contender, the Surgeon. If any of you have played Rainbow Six Siege, the Surgeon ability is his stim pistol that he lifted from Doc. In a similar fashion, the stim pistol can quickly revive any down allies with a single shot. However, this stim pistol works very differently to Doc's. As in Doc's case, if he were to go down, he can use a stim pistol shot to pick himself up. The Surgeon can't. Here's something else to note. I assumed the stim pistol had a fairly close range to use, like the medic drone, but during testing we found out that the max distance the pistol can be used is 59 meters. Yeah, 59. Meaning that you don't need to be really up close to your teammate to pick them up, just within a shooting distance of 59 meters. The other trait the stim pistol has is when an ally is low on health, you can use the pistol to heal them for 40 points. Again, this is similar to Doc, but the Surgeon can't use it on himself, which is a little odd in my opinion. Now, the Surgeon's best tactic is to stay within a decent range to your teammates, as trying to play as a lone wolf with him pretty much makes him useless. Though being categorized as an assault class, you're really a support operator. You're not supposed to run in head first, but stick behind the guy that does, so you can make sure that he doesn't go down and stay down. With a 20% health bonus, you can't go wrong with sticking close to being able to handle damage. The downside to Surgeon is that the range for picking up down teammates really does rely on your proximity to them. The Surgeon can only work around their teammates, whereas Medic can go off-grid to hide from frontal combat and act like a faraway lifeline. So if you do choose to use Surgeon, keep that in mind. Now with that done, let's look at his weapons. The Surgeon's arsenal contains the P90, the MP5, and with the addition of Special Operation 2's Surgeon Armory Pack, the 6P41 and the P90 Mermillo. Surprisingly, unlike the Medic's weapons, the Surgeon's P90 Mermillo actually is different compared to its base counterpart, having just a little bit better accuracy than its other. Anyway, the P90 is a good weapon to have when engaged in short and medium range fights. With an amazing handling stat and a good rate of fire, you can't go wrong with this weapon, and the Mermillo variant, with its increased accuracy, makes the weapon even better, just as so long as you don't mind the fixed EXPS3 sight that's attached to it. The MP5 in comparison is a good weapon to have in close range fights and a bit better at medium range fights than the P90, as its accuracy is on par with its handling, and the damage output is a lot better than the P90 by a few points. However, the rate of fire for the P90 easily makes up for that. The 6P41 is a surprising addition to give Surgeon, but like the Medic's Type 95, it's a bit wonky, and the weapon is only really good at short range. Not saying it can't dish out damage at a farther range, but a better choice would be the MP5 if that's the case. It's a good gun, but there are better picks for the Surgeon. So with both the operators fully explained, let's decide who is the better operator, Surgeon or Medic. Let's do this by a comparing system. I'm going to put out a few points, and whichever operator handles in that field the most will earn it. Whoever has the most will win. So, let's start off with range. This is crucial for both operators, as a downed teammate from far away does not bode well for any game. Surgeon could reach them from a good distance with a stim pistol, but he can't shoot through walls or mountains. whereas medic's drone can swoop in and reach them faster and from pretty much any distance, especially with the drone pilot perk attached. So point, medic. Next, we have versatility. Any operator who's good at one thing is great, but an operator is capable of doing more is way better. Surgeon's only thing is his pistol. He can run and gun like the rest of them and revive down allies in a flash, but apart from that, he really doesn't serve much else. Whereas the medic can use the medic drone to not only pick up down enemies, but also do some recon to spot enemies who are far away or hiding. And knowledge is key in any fight. Point, medic. Next up, we have combat. As we have discussed, the medic's weapons can do the job in any engagement. However, you're not really supposed to be in full engagements with the medic. With the 20% health that you get from Surgeon, he can handle firefights a lot better than the medic. And being able to survive longer is definitely a good thing to have in any team. So, point for this one goes to the Surgeon. Next, we have synergy. Both operators work well with most team comms. Medic can cooperate with other support operators like Gorilla to plan undetectable revives, but Surgeon can do that without needing assistance. At that point, another drone operator would serve much better than Medic like Scout or Artillery. So point goes to Surgeon for this one. Finally, we have reliability. In order for you to work as a on-the-field doctor, you have to be able to count on your gear to do so. Medic's drone can't be counted on all the time, as when in the air, the enemy can see it and try to shoot it down. Not only that, the bane of all support operators, Tech, can guarantee a shutdown to all drones, not allowing Medic any use of the drone. Surgeon, however, will always have the pistol available to them. Point, Surgeon. With a 3-2 score, Surgeon is the better Medic operator. However, let me be clear. This is a clear observation of both operators, and you may have a different opinion. Things may change later on in the future, such as nerfs or buffs to either of these classes, thus changing them and changing this whole list entirely. However, let's not forget about the whole idea that this is just solely looking at what they currently are right now. But then we can't forget the idea that it really does depend on the situation. In some cases, you'd prefer having a medic on your team rather than having a surgeon for, long-range medical needs. Whereas the surgeon can only provide to a medium to short range when it comes to that. So it really just depends on situation. However, we're doing overall. And overall, the surgeon is a better operator when it comes to being the medic than even the medic. So winner, surgeon. And with that, ends the video. What'd you guys think about these operators? Comment below to tell me your opinions on who you believe is truly the better operator, or if you agree with me in my decision making. Like the video if you do, and stay tuned for any new content on my channel. Thanks for watching, and as always, play on, guys.